Some of the people here went to the Dayton computer conference, and we'd like to show some of the things that we've done.
The reason we're doing this is what I told you the last meeting.
See, I don't follow that.
For a few years, we have come and gone to this episode convention, and some of your club funds have paid part of their registration.
External video.
So now we're going to tell you why you took the trouble to send us. And we're going to start with Chuck Tindall, just because he's the most bashful. He's the most bashful of the group. Chuck, are you glad you went?
Well, I am, and I really appreciate that Jim gave me the opportunity to go.
It wasn't Jim, it was all these people.
And it was celebrated, I guess we're reporting on the sessions that we went to
That you enjoyed, something you enjoyed.
I particularly enjoyed the session on the iPad. There was a presenter who knew everything I think that there is to know about the iPad, and I learned quite a few tricks from it. And it got me really enthused about it, and when I got home, I spent a lot of time with my iPad and was able to develop a lot of his ideas and how to more efficiently use the iPad. There was also a session with a Microsoft guy who was working with a Surface tablet. And both of these guys truly believe that the future is in tablets rather than PCs and even notebooks. And more and more of the kids are getting on their internet, doing their email, doing their social networking and messaging with smartphones and iPads or Android tablets or the Microsoft tablet. I came back enthused, and I'm really anxious to see if anybody else in the club is interested in pursuing tablet information, smartphone information, and I'd certainly like to be part of any kind of a group meeting, or we used to call them SIGs, that would deal with tablets and smartphones. I have a sign-up sheet at the entry desk, so if anybody is interested in tablets, get your name and email and phone number on there, and we'll see if we can get something going.
Good.
But again, thank you, Club, for the other thing I wanted to say, that it was just a heck of a good time to meet with not only people from other clubs, but the people from our club, Vicki and Ken and Juanita, and John ate with us one time, and then he flitted away, but we just had a great time. I encourage anybody who gets a chance to go.
Thank you, Chuck. That's just exactly what we wanted to hear. Now, if you're not comfortable in your wooden chair, you can go and sit
Go back to my other wooden chair.
This is Juanita or Juanita? Juanita Newland. And did you find anything interesting at the convention, Juanita?
Before I tell what I found interesting, I like to tell a little story.
You must.
Several years ago, my husband passed away, and he was my computer guru and knew everything. And when he passed away, it's like, oh, now what do I do? So I found out about the club, and I don't even remember whether I read it in an article in a newspaper or a friend told me. I had no clue. But a couple years ago, I decided that I had to join, or I was just going to be always going to pay somebody to help me get through all these issues. So anyhow, I met a lot of new friends, and I have enjoyed coming to the Sunday meetings, and I enjoyed the APUG in Inglewood. It was wonderful. I would go back again. I just decided I would go by myself. I didn't even really need to go with anybody, that I knew there would be people there that I would know. And it was well worth the money. I enjoyed also, the Microsoft technology, and I decided that I don't want in it. I'm not buying into it. I'm going the other route with Linux. like to have that put on my other computer, or if possible, put it on myself, or with help. At the seminar, I enjoyed being drugged into a executive meeting, which I was really surprised. I just went into this room and they were having this executive meeting because they had a hard time getting people to become involved. And it even encouraged me, because I'm going to put my hand in a pot for something for next year officers, just so wherever you need me, I'll be willing to help. I don't know if I'll be good at it, but I'll try to. I could do secretary, it's easy. I could do treasurer, it's easy. I don't know about president, but anyhow. I found out it was really essential to have security on your computer, and I have always had some kind of security on my computer, but the fellow that did that presentation, he was really good, and I really enjoyed listening to him.
She enjoyed Mr. Bob Gastisha there at the convention.
Bob G.
The one that came here and did a presentation.
Yeah, he was here last month. Yeah.
He's wonderful.
He was wonderful. Very energetic, good speaker.
And I don't know if you guys missed the little end part, and it's a wonder Vicki Atkins didn't ask to speak up. Juanita almost accidentally dropped in on a convention executive meeting. Vicki and I did the same thing last year, and they said come on in, and they told her to come on in, and as the meeting went along, we had thoughts as user group people that they hadn't thought of. And we asked to mention it. And they were like, holy smoke, we're glad you're here. We're going to pursue this. She had the same experience. So it was, I wonder if they will even develop a slot like that for their meeting next year and ask novices or non-executives to come.
To come, just pop in. Well, the door was open, so I just popped in.
Enough of. And was that all that you wanted to share with us?
Instagram. I'm not going to do Instagram, but my granddaughter, who is 11, is hooked on Instagram. And the only reason I can't do it is because I don't have a smartphone and I don't have a smart tablet to do it with her. But she lives in Arizona, so it would be a good way to communicate with her on an 11-year-old basis. So I may do that one of these days.
All right. That was great. John, will you talk to us?
No. Clarify, are you talking about that you went into the National Executive Board of the ABSUG meeting? Is that what you went into?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was national because they were from Canada. It was even international. There was a guy there from Canada.
I know there were the Dayton computer users. Yeah, because they had the Microsoft people in there, and they had.
Was it the executive board of ABSUG meeting that you went to?
That's what we thought we were in.
But you did something else, because they usually have a meeting there. This is their annual.
It was. I don't even remember what day.
Our lunchtime. It seems like is when I went in.
Was there a different conference there that you?
It was.
No,
Are you
just our
asking? John, I think I can answer. It was not on the schedule.
It was not on the schedule. It was just an hour meeting.
It wasn't last year either.
It wasn't last year either.
Okay, I was wanting them to know that at that conference, sometime the National ABSUG organization has their board meeting for the whole country, or whatever, at some of these, and so you may have been attending the board of advisors and the executive officers. So good. I don't know what, because I wasn't there, remember? I'm going to defer to the end.
And I'm the end?
Nope.
Oh, clean it.
The end's down there.
The bitter.
Because I don't want to say something that somebody else might say, because...
Ken, would you tell us about something or some things that you enjoyed at ABSUG?
Sure. I'm a little more technically minded than my interests go there, so I went to something called a Python language seminar, and
And it's a way to use your computer to control things or to extract data from spreadsheets or databases that you have on your computer. You can just do a lot of different things. And anyway, I found out the language uses a lot of English words. It's not a lot of symbols and gobbledygook that you can't even read. It's a language you can look at and read and halfway understand, even if you don't know what's going to happen. So that was good for me. Again, that's my interest. Most of you don't. The other thing was something called Arduino, and it's a little technical. It's a board about the size of a pack of cigarettes, but it's only 3/8 of an inch thick or so. And again, it can accept signals in and give a result out. So if you had a greenhouse, you could have a bunch of thermometers in the pots or the soil and monitor the temperatures and have heating pads underneath that come on and off. That's one common use for it. Arduino is used in a lot of robotics. Kids, I'm sorry? Oh, kids have robotics contests, and the Arduino board is used in a lot of that. So I enjoyed that presentation.
What was it called?
Arduino.
Arduino?
Arduino. They're about $40-some, and there's a lot of add-on boards that you can put on top of them to do extra sensing in outputs. You can tie it into your home network, and it'll monitor your beer temperature if you're brewing beer. So, it has a lot of practical.
So you say that's why you're interested in it?
So I need to ask you a question on my end about that.
Okay. Then there's one other thing that I missed. I dearly wish that I had seen, but we had a fire drill.
There may be those sitting amongst you that can offer details.
Yeah, well, evidently there was an inebriated lady staying at the hotel, unrelated to any of us, but she came to the door inappropriately dressed, carrying a 6-pack of beer when they had the fire drill.
At your door?
No.
To leave? Taking something?
The way I heard it was that she came out, took a look at what was going on, and then when dashed back in, one would think it was to get coverage, but it was to get 6-pack before she rushed out.
That's what we were told.
She went outside, somebody gave her a coat to wrap herself in.
I don't know if we should put that on tape or not.
Oh, sure. Well, it was none of our members that was involved with it, so.
So you say.
Oh, it is. We found out when we accused our member, and the member denied it, so.
There's one member of our panel that hasn't showed up today who slept through the whole thing and has mourned it ever since. He was very sad.
And to add to that, the fire alarm, which sounded so loud that even 3 floors away was jarring you, was it at his front door.
This Arduino that you looked at, in Girl Talk, could I say that it was a small board that digitally controls devices?
Senses and controls. Senses the world and controls devices.
Thank you. Was that all you wanted to mention today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Other than I had a great time.
Okay, that was Ken Bixler. My mistake not to say his name at first. Next is Vicki Atkins. Vicki, would you comment on some things you enjoyed?
I especially like the ancestry group showing us how to find our ancestors and what all we would need to know about them. So many people think birth death, marriage, kids. What happened while they were living? What went on in the world around them? What wars were their family in? Did they go to it? Right now, it would, on Ancestry.com, it will run you between $155 and $200 for a subscription, which lasts a year, which is good for 24/7. In other words, you can sit there in your nightgown and slippers, drinking your beer if you want, and check your family history there. Some of the things you'll find, and I appreciate more than anything, is their card catalog. You can take a last name and put it in. Okay, so they must run you now, but 2 ends. But you're not sure because some of them started with only one. You put a question mark where the other end belongs, and then it will make the difference for you as they have now. And at the same time, when you get to where they're at, it gives you this weird little list. It's like filtered by dates. This one, incidentally starts at 1600, or 100 would be right, 1700, 1800, 1900, and goes up to 1990. When you've got your person, you've got the information, or maybe you think you've got the person, you can pick one of those dates that fitted his lifetime, click on it, and it brings up all the things in Ancestry that dates to that time. It may be 2 or 3 pages of it. And it gives you a way of finding more history, to finding out more about that person and their travel through the United States. Some of the things you can find also on that is census and photo libraries. Birth, marriage, and death, which is what almost everybody hunts for. Military record, plus 1,000 other records that goes with it. Immigration and travel. Did great-grandpa come in by California or did he come in by New York? They even have pictures of the ships. I found my great-grandfather's ship, 1740. I was able to print it up and put it in the memory album, the picture of the ship that they arrived in the United States in. Okay, newspapers and publications. They have all kinds of lists. Pictures. Believe it or not, there's one of their areas that had military pictures. And to my surprise, my sister-in-law identified our father in France in the First World War. I never saw a picture neither did anyone else. Stories, memories, and histories, maps, atlases, and gazettes, schools, directories, church histories. They have numerous school books from around the United States. Say, for instance, I was in grade school in, say, Charleston. 10 to 1, they got the school book fair. All you've got to do is go to it and hunt through the pages, as long as you are a member with it. In case you run into trouble, you can even phone them, 800 number, and they will help you find things. You give them a person's name and say, I can't find this person anywhere, can you help me? Within days, you'll be getting a notice from them telling you what they have found. And it may not be the area you thought, are even lucky. When speaking of censuses, we think of 10-year census, but suppose someone died between those censuses and you can't find anything about them. There are farm censuses. There are some factory censuses. There are different kinds of censuses besides just your normal United States one. You can find it by going to the grouping of dates. So you have all this. They also have, believe it or not, have tax, criminal, land, and wills. This is reasonably new. They have reference directories and almanacs. And they have family trees where someone else has put in their family tree and left it open for other people to see. So you get your family name, say Tommy over there married Susie Kane. You don't know anything about the Canes. Well, the Canes had wrote their own history. You can go to their history and see it. And find your Susie in there. So then you know who her parents were, which makes a good deal of difference in your history. So these are the things that they were showing us, how Ancestry works and what all you get done with it. And you get into Ancestry.com itself, you'd be shocked at all the goodies you can find. I've had barrel of them.
Did the moderator only discuss the paid version of Ancestry?
I'm sorry?
Did the moderator only discuss the paid version of Ancestry?
There are a few things like the Social Security records and the census, the regular census. I think they're both free at this time.
But the emphasis was the paid version.
The paid version,
Okay.
which is begins to say $155 and $200. And in that, you get the whole exclusive United States. And some foreign countries are in the $200 version. I don't know how many.
For that price, how long can you get in there and look at that?
1 year.
1 year?
Yeah, that's for 1 year. But you figure it down against $365 days a year, how much you're paying. It's actually less than $2 a day, and you've got 24 hours. You don't have to find out where the courthouse is, what their days are when they're open, when they're closed on holidays, driving 200 or 300 miles or 1,000, pay for a motel room, food. My sister made a quick trip from Georgia to Ohio, across Ohio, and back home. It took 4 days, 3 motels. She ended up paying, to find out 4 ancestors, she ended up paying over $450. She had to include gasoline in it too. And she had been fussing at me. She said, why are you paying $150, $160? And I said, okay. I said, now, did you realize how much money you paid just having 3 ancestors? I got them all right here. She said, yeah, but I was looking for wills and property.
That's more information than we need. Okay. Was there something else you wanted to wrap it up with?
Simply that everything they had going was more than what we could handle. We almost had to send one person to each area. It was great. We learned a lot. We socialized. And we got to know people that now you can walk into another place in the United States and say, oh, hi, I saw you over at, and that means the world to everybody. You're meeting people from the whole United States these days.
All right.
I have a question on that. Can you tell us what the difference is between the 2 pricing levels that you mentioned? Do you know what the difference is? You said $155, then you said $200.
Okay, $155 may be an exclusive amount because I've been with them for about 10 years myself. And I get a reduced price. Going in first, it may be $165 for the same thing. The 200 includes other countries with it.
And the larger price, is that the one that includes the micro?
Fish.
Can you tell me it had an enlarger feature?
I don't understand what you mean.
Okay, then forget it. Thank you.
And also, is there a monthly subscription is possible, isn't it? You don't have to necessarily subscribe for a full year. If you want to, you can go a month.
He wants to know if you can go monthly or if it has to be yearly. I think it's yearly.
You can do monthly.
Oh.
I was gonna say, unless they
It does
changed
run-
it, he used to pay monthly.
It does run just a little bit higher by going monthly, but they do give you a monthly rate. When you go in to, well, you can ask for Ancestry.com website. When you go into it, they'll give you both monthly and yearly rating. And they will also give you an 800 number that you can call and talk to them in person.
Okay?
There's a lot of information that was lost when the courthouse burned down. Is there a way that you can get around that? Is there another place where it was stored? Information?
You can go to,
I mean, I just wonder if you
you can
could,
go to the genealogy room on the second floor of the Licking County Library here in Norfolk for 5th Street. And they have a setup there with people helping you. They have catalogs. They have tapes for the censuses. They have people that will be able to show you how to get into a general area of ancestry on the internet. And they have 6 machines sitting there ready to show you how to do it. But you do have to check your hours and find out, because it's usually 1 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I believe almost every afternoon of the week.
May I wrap that with saying I believe she is suggesting that you check through the Licking County Genealogical Society for that information?
We just recently had a request for finding a person's grave. And I went there and asked him, I said, what do we have in grave books? So we found the right grave book, but we didn't have enough information in it. How do you find out more? The lady that I talked to said, go to the county commissioners, and they tell you who the trustees of the graveyard are, and they have the original plaque to find the person's grave if it's there.
But we're getting off the track of the episode wrap-up panel.
Back to Mary Frances.
So, Vicki, excuse me for saying that, but thank you so much for your in-depth wrap-up, sum-up of the meeting. Thank you. And you've already mentioned to me several other things that were of value to you, which I guess we're not going into today. So, thank you, Vicki. Bob Woods, will you tell us something you enjoyed at convention?
Well, I enjoyed the guy that Bob G. His talk on the value of antivirus, and also they had a meeting on backing up your computer and the different ways that you can do it and the reasons for it, and that was very informative. And one comment about these meetings is they always have 3 meetings going at a time, so you have to make a choice which one you want to go to. And a lot of times you have 2 there that you would really like to go to, and you miss one of them because of that. But that it was very good and very informative, the whole thing. That's kind of a quick wrap up of what I felt about it.
Well, I appreciate
A couple of
that.
things that I thought that stood out to me.
Good for you. So,
Do they offer these things at a different time then?
No.
Or you said,
Well,
you
they
have to
start
make a
on
choice?
they start on Friday, and all day Friday. There's like every half hour, or every hour, there's 3 meetings going on in different rooms.
And you have to make a choice?
Yeah.
Or do they offer, say, the second thing you wanted to do at another time during the weekend?
They didn't on this one. Some of them they do. Some of them, like when they go Saturday, Sunday, they'll leave a spot open like on Sunday, and people can make it, can vote what they want to see at that time. And I think that would be a good idea for us to tell them we'd like to be able to do that again. Yes?
You can go back now, go through APSA's website and see most of the talks on tape.
Well, and a point about that too is that there are 3 sessions. So there's usually, almost always, most of the time, one that you might be interested in. So, you make a good point about the 3 sessions. You might have 2 that you want, but you almost always have one that you're interested in, so you're not wasting your time.
They're all good, and just
We didn't have anybody of our group that had to go spend an hour in the bar, I don't think.
You don't know because you went to all the workshops.
Well, I was looking at Juanita.
We waited till he.
Bob Woods, thank you. Pat Woods, would you comment on something you enjoyed at convention?
I enjoyed several of the things. Probably the most I enjoyed was about the iPad because I knew probably very little, close to nothing about it to begin with. So I was very interested in it, and when I came home, I was in the mood to get one. I think I should have one. Since I didn't win that one, they were giving away out there, I will have to purchase it. The other thing that they emphasized was backup and saving and then virus protection. And those are all things that I think we all should be interested in and perhaps be more aware of. I also, I didn't go to John's presentation, but I really like his idea of that teamwork. I think that's the most wonderful thing there is in the computer right now for me, at least. And I enjoyed it very much. It was nice meeting the different people as well as our own people again. And I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Pat. Bob, you want to wrap up?
I would like to mention that the idea here that we've talked about today is that the new things, the tablets, the pads and things are the future. A big part of it anyway. It would be nice to have one of our presentations here go over tablets and pads and things and know what they're capable of doing. Why do you want them? What are you going to use them for?
Exactly what we're working on.
Because they come up with these names and you'd sit there and go, what is that? You know, what,
Exactly. Because we're working on that for January or February, and we want to have it, may I call it in-house speaker, because of the Ohio weather. We want to pull our local resources, and so we can figure out, some of us can figure out what I would say to June Nickerson. June, did you get one of those Nexus 7s? And June would say, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Because you don't know what I'm talking about. Or if she would, I'd say, well now, June, did you get one of those Kindle 9s or did you get an 8, or are you satisfied with the old one? And she would say, I beg your pardon. So we need...
No, she'd say, I just bought a Bell and Howell.
We need it for people like myself that are even having trouble with the different terminology. I asked Davy Rouse this morning, I said, is that thing over there we're rifling off, is that a pad or a pod or a tablet? What is that thing? And Davy said, it is a tablet. Well, how do I know it's a tablet, Davy? So he took his time to sit back and tell me how I would know that it was a tablet. And here I am taking your valuable panel time. Yes, we're on it.
I got another idea. I don't know if this is possible or not, but Everett that records these sessions that we have, is there a possibility that we could sell CDs on that if you can't make a meeting and find out what you missed?
We need to sell them. I mean, it's there for
Well,
you.
you know, a minimal charge or something for the product and somebody.
It's on the web, it's on the web.
It's on the web. It's there for free. And not only for you.
Is she recording
These
it?
meetings, you're being recorded right this minute. You're
So that's to be on the web.
Yep.
There's a little link here. You get on there, you see everybody right here.
Pat Wood, did you need to say something else before I interrupt?
I don't think so. I think it's all been covered very well by all the members of the meeting.
All right, Ira, you were going to remind me to...
Oh,
Would you tell me what you were going to remind me, Everett? Everett didn't get to go to convention, but he wanted to remind me, and this was brought up at convention.
Well, I was just gonna remind me, because you was trying to do something the other day.
Never mind that part.
Okay.
Tell me.
Anyway, if you want to clip something, the best thing to do is go to evernote.com. And you can highlight anything on the website, I don't care what it is, and if you want to clip it, it'll sign down there with an elephant on it, it's up there on the tab up there, and you hit yes, it's done. It takes it right over there, and you clip it, you can move it to Facebook, you can email it, you can put it on your desktop, you can do anything you want with it.
Go where?
Desktop,
No, go where?
Evernote.
EVER.
Evernote.com.
EVER.
EVERNOTE.com. And I use it because I don't know anything about this. I've never been to class on this Office. So if I have to do something, instead of copy and paste and wasting all that time, I just highlight it and never go to pop, that little thing pop up there, and I say yes, and it's got it. And I can do what I want with this.
If you highlight, that's copying.
Well, I know, but it's doing it for me. John, I'm not have to worry about it.
You're doing it.
Because if I do it sometimes, it doesn't come out right.
You're doing it well.
Anyhow, this was, John, will you be able to say the, Evernote is free?
It's free.
And will you be able to say the name of the competitor that you pay for?
I don't pay for it. Evernote is has a paid and a free.
And the other one that they mentioned at the same time at convention was?
I don't listen to those. It's paid for.
All right.
It's Microsoft OneNote. If you make me say it, but I'll burn my tongue and saying it. Microsoft OneNote.
For any of you guys who have to be fancy and want to waste your money,
Microsoft
there's
OneNote.
Microsoft OneNote that you pay for, and it does approximately the same thing. There is sophistication of text boxes, pasting, putting details into a pre-pasted text box, blah, 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 blah.
But you're saying
free
Evernote
one-
can't do?
The free Evernote doesn't do some of those things.
They had a class on this at the conference.
Yes. So conference, even though Ira didn't get to go, they had one of the seminars about whether you wanted Evernote or not. So for the camera that's listening to us, EVERNOTE.com. It's free. Go look at it and see if you want it.
Bob Vance, the representative.
What was that again?
He's the one that showed me about Evernote.
EVER?
N-O-T-E.
EVERNOTE.
Okay.
Ever.
I got it. Thank you.
And I will add to that there is a free compatible version for Linux, because Evernote isn't for Linux, but there is a Linux version.
What's that called? I've got that too.
Nextnote.
Nextnote. Nextnote.
N-I-X and
Linux.
And it's same for the Linux.
I think it is N-I-X-O-T.
N-I-X N-O-T-E.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll work together with each other. In other words, if you've got a computer over here and you're doing that, and you go back over your Linux and on your laptop, they combine. So you'll have the same thing on both sides.
Okay, I think we are through.
Good question. You got a question over here.
Oh, well then.
I have one question. You said that all the convention, they were posted.
Most.
Or most, and they're on, what, the,
Absubs.
okay,
National
and
website.
we can get onto that? May I ask?
You have to register.
Pardon?
You have to register.
Okay,
Free.
I would say that might be a thing we should do.
Most of us have.
What was
Okay.
the designation of that meeting, so he'll know what the...
Yeah, as there,
Do what now?
Was that a Midwestern or Dayton meeting?
Dayton.
How does he find it?
I think you go to the website, I don't know how they're categorizing all the past, because they also have their national quarterly conference recordings, which, by the way, is next Saturday, November 1st. That you can come here, or you can sign up on your computers at home, and they have 2 sessions, and you can sign up for both sessions, so you can go back and forth, and there will be an all afternoon, about 4 different sessions you can attend. So there will be an online regional web conference on November 1st.
And we'll pull our chairs around and we can look at it on this big screen up here.
Was there a menu or tell what all the...
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't have it
Okay.
memorized, but on their website, there's conferences and stuff.
In my opinion, the questions all going to get answered when I tell Lee Dunlap, when I tell Lee, I'll tell you in a minute, Mary Ann. Lee, Bob Vance has posted a link to this place that you will go and get this convention summary. I have it at my house, and I believe everybody else that went to convention has it on their computer. He sent it just recently.
Okay.
And we're going to get that information to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Now tell Mary Ann what she wants to know. Do we have more questions for the panel?
I just wanted to ask, one, can you talk a little bit about this comment on what Instagram is?
David Durall wants to know if people comment on Instagram.
It's like instant messaging, and you can even post pictures too, back and forth. When you're on it, I can conceivably go and send a message to somebody who has Instagram. And I'm sure they have like an email address that you have to share with each other. And you probably have to share that information, that you'll accept them as a friend. Similar to Facebook.
Kind of like email.
Not a picture.
Yeah, but I think it's faster. You just like Twitter, just real quick messages back and forth and a picture.
Now, is this normally done just with a smartphone, or can it be done with a PC?
You can't do it on the computer, because that's what I thought I would be able to just go to the computer, but it's an app that you have on a smartphone or a tablet.
Okay, do we have other questions for the panel? I think not. Thank you so much.
Well, I've got...
Ooh, wait, what?
I've got...
Did you get Bob's up?
Yeah.
Photos, contest.
I was hoping to run the PowerPoint while everybody's talking, but...
This is
down.
Bob Vance's input from conference.
He sent me an email that says, since I will not be able to attend the meeting on Sunday, I've created a PowerPoint on the digital photo contest with all the entries, plus the winners of various categories, as well as People's Choice. People's Choice was selected and voted on by the attendees of the conference. People's Choice ended up being a 4-way tie. So, we'll go. Okay, there's the different categories: animal, landscape, people. And we'll just run through some of these pretty quick. They have some pretty good photographers. Very good.
Move your pointer out of the road.
I got it.
he needs to get for secretary. What's this supposed to be? Oh, this is pictures or something.
They have a photo contest for the national conference.
John, brag on me.
Mary Frances won last year.
Second place.
And any member of the club can submit photos to the contest.
You don't even have to go to the conference.
Who was the winner this year?
Well, I thought he had them marked, but I don't.
There's about 4 classes.
Yeah.
They had four-way winners. Isn't that weird? They all got the same amount of votes.
That's what I voted. It's a good vote.
That's it.
Oh, wait a minute. I think you're going to get first, second, and third.
Second, third, okay. Places. Yeah, he was. He does have them. Okay. You mean none of them won? Oh, there's the
Who's first, second?
third on the animals.
Yeah.
Landscape.
Landscape.
First, second, third. Still life.
They got a place on this one.
First, second.
Place. What happened to place?
And the people. First, second, third.
They're weird people.
19 entries, winners. And here's where they came from. Whoop.
Does it say California?
Not on this sheet.
Yeah, the one was from California.
Jerry Ward.
Oh, he has a bunch of other pictures on here, if you want to see them.
One of the first, I think it was picture number 3 that Jim showed us when he first turned this on, had a picture of a bird and its beak seemed to be hanging over the edge of the frame.
Yeah, it showed that picture.
Our teacher in digital imaging said to me that we have the capability on our Paint Shop Pro software that we have installed on our computers here. And he said that we have the capabilities that he can teach us how to do that. And I got my fingers crossed that it's going to be sometime soon.
You want your beak out of the picture, huh?
Yes.
May I ask?
We had some pretty good meals there, too.
May I ask, in that one category, he said there was 19 entries.
Yeah.
Now, is that all over the country?
Yeah.
Just 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot.
It is.
I think there would be more.
I saw Pat and Bob and saw Chuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a presentation.
Recycle.
Recycling and refurbishing.
I hear everybody really liked it. Mr. Castisha said people said they really enjoyed it.
Oh, that was one I would have liked to have gone to. Anybody go to that one?
Yeah, both of us did. You noticed none of us mentioned it.
I noticed that.
It wasn't very good.
Wasn't very good?
And it's expensive.
Okay.
Money gone.
That the scanner for that stuff you see on TV, it's over $400. And if you want their premium service that goes like with a phone or something, it's $30 a month.
They had a computer, historical, all that's computer.
Bacchus.
Where's the picture of the toes and fingers?
Did anybody get to go to the 3D printer? Wasn't there a seminar on the 3D printer?
Yeah, there was. Val did go.
That was the one I was hoping to get in on.
We ate good.
And food again.
We did that.
And there's a guy with the ancestry. He was pretty informative. He was.
I'm at the point now where I know lots of those people and they're all really nice people. Smart people too.
That's the lady that taught about the computer language. That's why Ken was interested.
She talked about the Instagram. Got you. And we ate again. Yep. They didn't have website content. Oh my goodness, he has a bunch of more pictures on there. We'll play that some other time.
Well, they can
You've
do
done
that.
it, Jim.
Jim, most people that have Facebook can go there and see. I think he told me he has 123 pictures on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to go to,
LCCSOhio.org.
Right. Show these people how to do it.
Okay, I can't see very good because I'm nearsighted, but for those of you that are really interested, I suggest you get your nose up there close so you can see what he's bringing up, and he will go to lccsohio.org and show you about where to go on the web board. And if you don't understand, ask him again.
Must be your wireless connection.
I think it's just a smoke computer. It's a,
You want Ethernet?
I think we need to invest in a faster computer for my presentation. Yeah. Here's APCUG website. We'll go to that here in a minute, but people want to go to the web board. And you click on the web board, web page. And then, if you're not already a member of it, you do have to register an account. You have to go here and register and
Click that one, please.
click on this.
Yeah, because I want to make a big point that make sure you do. When you scroll down, go ahead and agree.
Accept the terms.
When you fill this out, additional information where it says real name, put your real name.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, the two of us are going to kick anybody out of here because computer generates users. And if you have, you come up with, you're going to use a weird username and we don't know who you really are, we're going to delete you. So that's why we added here, put your real name so that we know who you are. And then we'll approve you to be part of the web board.
There's a lot of spam trying to get into the web board, so we're keeping it out. Yes.
So this is separate from the Google form?
Yes.
If I've created a thing there, I still have to create something here?
Yes.
The Google form, we aren't part of the Google form. All we have is the calendar on Google.
We just have a bulk email blast from the LCCS Ohio Google.
Okay.
But yeah, you have to register, email. We have to actually let you in so we can keep the spam out. Once we're in here, like I picked a good name.
Ooh, Jim. And the very common ...
Yep, you have to have the ...
Well, I like the way it goes now, Jim, where you just start your name. Like if I start I, it brings up my whole name. I don't have to retype all that in anymore.
Yeah, that's your computer, it's not the web board.
Now, you can put a picture here, but you don't have to. But here's the different things that's happening on the web forum.
Jim, how do I find the bonus word?
Right here where it says bonus word.
Oh, okay, click on that.
And it's going to be for the date.
We'll go ahead and click on that.
For the date of the month that you're coming, because there's some underneath that.
Jim, where do I
bonus
find
word for October 20th general meeting.
That's it.
And it will scroll across here.
And it's too late to use it now.
Come on. Okay, thanks.
I'm colorblind, I can't see the red.
And then you can go back to either home or LCCS forum.
You can go change that.
And then you can scroll down. Here's the different general information, programs and meetings, executive. This is where we post our minutes. We'll go in here and you can see the ones that I've read, the ones that I haven't read. These are marked that I have not read those. So.
But on your computer, when theirs will be whatever their computer.
Yeah, whatever they've done. Here's the executive board meeting, here's a general meeting.
Right.
So.
Show them where they get on to that, the presentation, where they can see everybody.
Well, we're not done with this one yet.
Okay.
There's tech terms, the APCUG, tech terms, deals, digital imaging. These are the different SIGs, networking, novice, repair,
Did Mr. Vance put the AppSug link to where you can go and look at the convention news? Did he put it in there?
I might have. We'll go look. AppSug. AVAS, now free for users groups. There is a AppSug newsletter that they put. He'll put a fourth quarter reports. He'll put. He writes up a report every quarter. So this is like a newsletter for our region. So he has things in there about us and about the local computer clubs around us in his regional area. This ABSUG News, there's a link here that you can go to.
And you're talking about taking time, that'll take a while.
Yeah, it would take a long time to download because it's like 20 or 30 pages. It's pretty good.
It's only 386 kilobytes. That's just the newsletter, the email one. That's a short one.
This one is?
Yeah, it's only 365 kilobytes.
Think we can open it?
You got a doc program.
Yeah, if it opens.
Yeah, the news one's the short one.
It took forever to come up on my computer.
Yeah, it's LibreOffice.
It should open.
It should open. But while it's opening it, we'll go back to home. It's coming up. But you can see who was last member down here. You can see there's so many topics, 112 members. Dylan was the last person, last member.
To join.
Yeah, to join. And this is the news being sent to the president, newsletter editor, and so forth. But we're putting it on the web board for everybody to get to, instead of sending it out in an email. We do some of that too. But this tells you the different things that's going on with APCUG, different regions. And this is just from Bob. So this is his little newsletter from his region. But here's the last member. This is the last post. Ken posted something, latest computer build cost. This shows who's active in the last 15 minutes. I'm the only one on here. So, but you could actually, I mean, there's a calendar and there's some other things in here if you want to get into it, but we won't get into all that stuff. Main thing is this, if you go in here, let's say you go to refurbish recycling, you want to post a new topic, you just press new topic, you put a subject in there, and you can post whatever message, you can attach a document or whatever, and then you just post, you can preview it, and then you can post it, and someone will answer you whenever they see the new post.
Do we want to tell them not to log out if they want to just let their computer find their way back in every time they go there?
You do that where when you logged in, you tell the computer how long to keep you logged in.
Yeah.
I wrote it forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to log out. You said you wanted to see the presentations.
The front page.
I don't have a server running currently.
Oh, well.
It can.
This will be posted by, I think I'll probably have it ready by tomorrow.
When you go down to the front page of our website, it says link to the general meetings and presentations. If you click on it, you'll see a big 404 probably.
Hey Jim, let them see up at the top where it says web board, and you turned it bright red because that was the last thing you just went to, I think.
That?
Yeah. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see.
Web at the top. It was just on the web board and it knows it.
So you can't connect to his server because it's not running. So,
What do you mean? Who's serving?
he has the,
Oh, you're trying to connect to it.
yeah, this link to our general meetings and presentations is hosted on his server
Yeah,
at home.
I understand that.
But he had it turned off.
I didn't get the gist of her comment after you already went to the
Oh, this web board link is,
That just means that it lets people know you've been to that one, not necessarily your last thing you went to, but of the choices, you have been to that one, so it's not an unvisited place.
Right.
I'm gonna run to the APCUG website real quick and see what all they have going on.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, this is a new website they just put up, and I'm not even sure what my username and password is, but you have to create an account. But you can still see some of the things that are going on.
Was it $50 to join?
No, we paid that. Well, we will be paying it here.
That's the clubs, the people belong to the national group.
Individual.
But individually,
So this is where we can see the conferences that you
It's-
just went to?
yes. Here's the contest winners, photo contest entries and winners. This is the Florida group. They're having their spring conference. This was Licking County Computer Society. Bob G posted a thing there. Here's the presentation, Dayton presentations. There's the Evernote. What is it?
There.
There's 2 video presentations by Huey.
So is it everything, or is it just a selection of few?
Just a selection. It's not all of them.
Depends on who's turned them in, yeah.
I didn't turn anything in.
I haven't yet either. Because my presentation, I've got to do some editing because it's a verbal presentation. Otherwise, it's just slideshows that really, unless I put some notations, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Now,
see if you can go up there, and I don't think we can get to it to where all of the virtual conferences are hosted to watch those old ones.
Summer Virtual Technology Conference. There's a conference agenda for the digital, that's for...
That's the one that just happened.
And our recycling event, you have to either log in or register to read more about this.
No, post comments.
And to read more. Well, teaching program, so we read more.
What I didn't understand, I haven't been here, do I have to know what you decided the club's password is, or do I make up an individual sign in?
I think you do.
Individual.
Okay.
You have to.
Do you use your legal name or just make up a?
When you go to the button that says register, it'll tell you. It's the user, you probably have to, I think it's your username, you have to tell them what user group you're in, which is LCCS.
Yeah.
And then they approve you and let you know that you've got access.
But your username doesn't have to be your real name in this case, correct?
I don't think. I said you'd have to go to create account and see what it says that they ask you to put in. It might be a username and your real name, like we request.
Yeah.
But as a member of LCCS, you're a member of ABSA, so, I would suggest that you go get signed up so that you have access to all this stuff. Yeah, so you have to put your full name.
And email, valid email sent to the address, email address.
Yeah, but your username could be something other than your real name.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you have to give your first and last name.
You have to first and last, city, state terms. Then you do have to click on Licking County Computer Society.
Oh, you down there and find it and click on this.
Yeah.
So I should be.
I haven't logged in, I haven't
And it might be that under the members only is where you get access to the recorded conferences from the big ones that they do quarterly, which again is coming up again November 1st. And you can sign up at home and watch it from home.
It looked like from the pictures that the groups were fairly small at the conference. Were they really?
Yes.
Like 20 people or less, or?
We only had, what did we have a total? 70?
What, 10
Maybe.
over here?
Maybe 70, yeah, 10 of them from here. Yeah, there was only like 70 in total, and they divide them up in 3 rooms, so not too many per room, yeah.
And then when you're up against the iPad, your conference room, or your session is very small.
Yeah. I had a good 10 or 15 in my presentation. I was surprised. I thought everybody'd go someplace else. They said I did a good job.
Yeah, that's what we heard behind your back. You did a good job. So, yay.
Yeah, they want me, they talked about having me do one on the cruise ship.
You know what, they also said that John Kennedy did a good job. Can you believe that?
Free John did a good job.
Yes, he did, they said.
So is there anything else anybody wants to see or
They keep asking him to come back. I don't know why.
everybody
Well, now it's been.
clear as mud?
Yep. Always is.
Always is, clear as mud. Huh?
And if you didn't understand today, ask us again, and we'll tell you again.
I do have to show you something. Maybe.
Jim, you did a good job of bringing that up for us. Thank you for doing that. I know there was some trouble. We probably don't tell each other often enough how we appreciate all the free work and the amount of time that the officers put into this. So thank you all.
Oh, I should mention, I've heard that the Facebook class is full, so you did get registered.
Who's teaching it?
The nighttime class failed because nobody wanted to take it.
Who's teaching?
George is.
Good.
'Cause I don't do Facebook.
George W. or George H?
H.
Okay.
John,
Yes.
what's the day of the class?
I can't take it, but Tuesday, and Thursday morning, starting the 29th of October for 3 weeks, I guess.
Coming right up.
Yeah, well, he couldn't start it until end of the month.
Well, that's
After we
okay.
finished.
But it's for the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to have been started last week, but he withdrew all the rest of the classes. Yeah, we can. Yeah, what the venues. What the, see this video.
I don't know why it's sideways.
That's the way it's in, because you took it with your camera, and so VLC turns it so it's long ways instead of up and down.
Go to view menu or just video?
It's in one of the views that you can go in and rotate it around. It took me a while to find that because of the videos that my son was sending me. There is a program that can convert those to be permanent, but I'm still trying to find it.
mostly it.
There we are, standing outside, hotel.
Oh, Jim, you got a picture of that lady?
This is Inglewood.
Not that I know of.
Jim, is this Inglewood?
Yes.
There's a pretty lady standing there, but she looks like she's got her clothes on.
So standing outside waiting for the fire truck.
Did they ever find out if it was anything?
What it was they decided to do some cleaning in a basement and moved something, and they were cleaning and stirred up a lot of dust, and it got into the detector.
Just dust.
Dust, yeah.
What time of the morning was that? Or in the evening? About 10 at night.
It was right when Ohio State was almost losing. We all had to go outside.
Oh, so that's why George stayed.
Yeah, I guess.